Okay, getting everything set up and ready to go. First, I'm going to do my audio tests. After that, I am going to put a little bit of music on for you guys to listen to until the top of the hour. But first, I need to get in and do a test with BeamStream, especially because they had to go offline yesterday. Audio sounds good on BeamStream, and now I have to check the rest. So, going on to Rumble, hitting refresh. Looks like it's kicked in, maybe. Not sure. It's got a little bit of a hiccup there. Let me come back to it. Maybe it'll kick in here in a little bit. Oh, there it is. It is working. WWOW Talk just kicked in on X just as I hit refresh. Alright, so we've got DLive up. Let me test it out, see what it sounds like. DLive sounds good. Alright, let's see what happens on Twitch. Twitch is up. It sounds good. Kick sounds good. And YouTube. YouTube is good. So now I'm going to go back and retest X. See if I can hear my voice. Okay, so we've got everything up and running. I wanted to get the audio test done at starting at 4:30 because today I'm going to buckle down and I'm going to get through this Germanic Nordic and Indo-European lore once and for all for WWOW Talk. This week is going to be the final episodes for Ancient Mysteries and Strange Stories for the year. We'll be back with them again next year, but I'm on the final episode of it for this season. So I'd like to be able to get through this on WWOW Talk so that I can get on to the next topics that are coming up. But I'm going to say that again when we get the actual stream that I'm going to be using for the recording. So I'm not going to get too deep into that. But anyhow, this could end up being a long read is the reason why I said it might take a little bit longer to finish the show today because, like I said, I'm going to buckle down and go ahead and get this out of the way. So with that being said, I am going to hit or get some of Mr. Robot's music set up for you, maybe. That way we can listen to something eventually. And here before long, I will go and I'll make like a 15-20 minute music thing to where whenever I step away to go like make coffee or something before the show, you guys don't have to listen to the same song over again. You know what I mean? I know that gets kind of annoying, but at least it gives a chance to get some of this stuff on here. Okay, so let me see. I'll do Celestial Blueprints from Mr. Robot. Now, with Mr. Robot, you can find him on Rumble as Illuminati. He also has his channel, which is called Hacker Radio, just in case anybody wants to know. So, that being said, I'm going to mute out, put the music on, and let you guys enjoy Celestial Blueprint.
They built the pyramids in 20 years, a block every 2 minutes. Hieroglyphs scream their pride, but not a how and what's written. Modern science scratches heads, these structures can't be mimicked. Copper tools, now scholars tripping, logic thinly stretched and twisted. Ran an obelisk, 1,000 tons dragged across the sand. Today's cranes can't lift a fifth, what force moved them by hand? Call the ancients primitive, yo, that's pure delusion. Physicists today need miracles to crack their fusion. The high priest of Kemet mapped the stars with precision, while modern minds stay chained to 3D prison. Land of the lost, esoteric Egypt, hidden with an allegorical crypt. Written in the language of symbolism, advanced knowledge cloaked in simple living secrets that rewrite history's episode. As above, so below, the hermetic code. Key of life unlocks the heavenly abode. Conscious matrix, how came a pyramid ode? The Sphinx who has water scars, a flood from ancient skies. Explosives crack the pyramids, no tombs, just hollow lies. Mummies stolen? Nah, that's ego talk, a weak hypothesis. Truths buried in the stars, encrypted in the myths. Sacred geometry, pagan songs, the roots of Christendom. Pythagoras knelt at their feet, Jesus learned the kingdom. Temples mirror Orion, Aztecs trace the same glow. Megalithic GPS, what's buried below. They split the lotus stem, hid wisdom at the core. Solomon's temple, just a copy of what came before. Land of the lost, esoteric Egypt, hidden wisdom, allegorical crypts. Written in the language of symbolism, advanced knowledge cloaked in simple living secrets that rewrite history's episode. As above, so below, the hermetic code. Key of life unlocks the heavenly abode. Conscious matrix, alchemy pyramid ode. Iron to gold, alchemy's flame, they mastered the unseen. Telekinetic levitation, Mars dust in their genes. Critics laugh, aliens hat, but the proof's in the plasma. Why is the Dogon tribe no serious? Was a binary drama. Myths of metaphors, the truth's too bright to hold. Scattered in ruins worldwide, a map etched in gold. They call themselves Negeru, gods with cosmic ships. Gifted fire, math and law, then dipped beyond the eclipse. Now academia's gatekeepers mock what they can't measure. But the scales of Ma'at weigh soul, not tech or treasure. The Zet Tepe dawn when gods walked as king. Left blueprints in Gobekli Tepe and the Nazca line. The unrotated truth burns through the scholar's denial. We're echoes of starlight reclaiming our trial.
So when you stare at the sky, feel the ache in your chest. That's ancestral memory. We're all cosmic guests. The pyramids home a hill, rising cold and divine. As above, so below, till the world's realigned.
Land of the lost, esoteric Egypt. The truth's a spiral, eternity script. Language of symbolism, with gods we've been missing. 20 years, a block every 2 minutes. Hieroglyphs scream their pride, but not a how and what's written. Modern science scratches heads, these structures can't be mimicked. Copper tools, now scholars tripping, logic thinly stretched and twisted. Ran an obelisk, 1,000 tons dragged across the sand. Today's cranes can't lift a fifth, what force moved them by hand? Call the ancients primitive, yo, that's pure delusion. Physicists today need miracles to crack their fusion. The high priest of Kemet mapped the stars with precision, while modern minds stay chained to 3D prison. Land of the lost, esoteric Egypt, hidden was an allegorical crypt, written in the language of symbolism, advanced knowledge cloaked in simple living secrets that rewrite history's episode. As above, so below, the hermetic code, key of life unlocks the heavenly abode. Conscious matrix, how came a pyramid ode? The Sphinx wears water scars, a flood from ancient skies. Explosives crack the pyramids, no tombs, just hollow lies. Money stolen? Nah, that's ego talk, a weak hypothesis. Truths buried in the stars, encrypted in the myths. Sacred geometry, pagan saw the roots of Christendom. Pythagoras knelt at their feet, Jesus learned the kingdom. Temples mirror Orion, Aztecs trace the same glow. Megalithic GPS, what's buried below. They split the lotus stem, hid wisdom at the core. Solomon's temple, just a copy of what came before. Land of the lost, esoteric Egypt, hidden wisdom, allegorical crypts, written in the language of symbolism, advanced knowledge cloaked in simple living secrets that rewrite history's episode. As above, so below, the hermetic code, key of life unlocks the heavenly abode. Conscious matrix, alchemy pyramid ode. Iron to gold, alchemy's flame, they mastered the unseen. Telekinetic levitation, Mars dust in their genes. Critics laugh, aliens, but the proof's in the plasma. Why is the Dogon tribe no serious? Was a binary drama. Myths and metaphors, the truth's too bright to hold. Scattered in ruins worldwide, a map etched in gold. They call themselves Negeru, gods with cosmic ships. Gifted fire, math and law, then dip beyond the eclipse. Now academia's gatekeepers mock what they can't measure. At the scales of Ma'at, weigh soul, not tech or treasure. The Zep tepid dawn when gods walked as king. Left blueprints and Gobekli Tepe and the Nazca line. The emerald tablets truth burns through the scholar's denial. We're echoes of starlight reclaiming our trial.
When you stare at the sky, feel the ache in your chest. That's ancestral memory. We're all cosmic guests. The pyramids hold a hand, rising tall and divine. As above, so below, till the world's realigned.
Land of the lost, esoteric Egypt, future spiral eternity. Language of symbolism, the gods we've been missing. They built the pyramids in 20 years, a block every 2 minutes. Hieroglyphs scream their pride, but not a how and what's written. Modern science scratches heads, these structures can't be mimicked. Copper tools, now scholars tripping, logic thinly stretched and twisted. Ran an obelisk, 1,000 tons dragged across the sand. Today's cranes can't lift a fifth, what force moved them by hand? Call the ancients primitive, yo, that's pure delusion. Physicists today need miracles to crack their fusion. The high priest of Kemet mapped the stars with precision, while modern minds stay chained to 3D prison. Land of the lost, esoteric Egypt, hidden was an allegorical crypt, written in the language of symbolism, advanced knowledge cloaked in simple living secrets that rewrite history's episode. As above, so below, the hermetic code, key of life unlocks the heavenly abode. Conscious matrix, how came a pyramid ode? The Sphinx wears water scars, a flood from ancient skies. Explosives crack the pyramids, no tombs, just hollow lies. Money stolen? Nah, that's ego talk, a weak hypothesis. Truths buried buried in the stars, encrypted in the myths. Sacred geometry, pagan sauce, the roots of Christendom. Pythagoras knelt at their feet, Jesus learned the kingdom. Temples mirror Orion, Aztecs trace the same glow. Megalithic GPS, what's buried below. They split the lotus stem, hid wisdom at the core. Solomon's temple, just a copy of what came before. Land of the lost, esoteric Egypt, hidden wisdom, allegorical crypts. Written in the language of symbolism, advanced knowledge, close and simple living. Secrets that rewrite history's episode. As above, so below, the hermetic code. Key of life unlocks the heavenly abode. Conscious matrix, alchemy, pyramid ode. Iron to gold, alchemy's flame. They mastered the unseen. Telekinetic levitation, Mars dust in their genes. Critics laugh, aliens but the proof's in the plasma. Why is the Dogon tribe no serious? Was a binary drama? Myths and metaphors, the truth's too bright to hold. Scattered in ruins worldwide, a map etched in gold. They call themselves Negeru, gods with cosmic ships. Gifted fire, math and law, then dipped beyond the eclipse. Now academia's gatekeepers mock what they can't measure. But the scales of Ma'at weigh soul, not tech or treasure. The Zet Tepe gone when gods walk as king. Left blueprints in Gobekli Tepe and the Nazca line. The Emerald Taylor's truth burns through the scholar's denial. We're echoes of starlight reclaiming our trial.
When you stare at the sky, feel the ache in your chest. That's ancestral memory. We're all cosmic guests. The pyramids hold a hand, rising cold and divine. As above, so below, till the world's realigned.
Land of the lost, esoteric Egypt. Truth's a spiral, eternity script. Language of symbolism. We're gods, we've been missing.
Alright, so I am back. I went ahead I decided to go ahead and get back on here and switch it. I didn't think that I'd be able to do everything that I wanted to do. Right now, like I said, I do have to have this done by today. I really want to. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and start early as well, because I know I'm going to run over the amount of time I usually put into these episodes. So it'll give me a chance to kind of go through some of the wonderful world of weirdness business for things that are taking place as well. Just so you guys know, if you haven't already known, well, let me go ahead and start the episode. I'll do it the official way. Instead of doing the countdown, I'll do it to myself and do it by myself and then start the episode. So let's do this. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of WWOW Talk. Today I am going to continue where I left off with the Germanic, Nordic, and the Indo-European lore that I've been doing. But before I do that, I do want to kind of go through some of the stuff that's a sort of wonderful world of weirdness business. And first of all, what I want to say is that I have gotten word back from Austin and Summer for Summer Todd's mystery show, and they said that they are in the process of getting everything together and that they will be starting their shows up again. they've had a little bit of a rough time at the beginning of the year, so um, they needed some time off, and that's perfectly fine. I told them whenever they're ready to come back, let me know, and we will get this stuff. We'll get the stream up and going again. So they told me on Discord that that is going to be up and going here before long, which is good news. So I'll keep you guys up on that so that we know exactly when those shows are supposed to start. And um, I'll basically let everybody know. So with that being said, I also have to bring up some other things now. Um, just in case you haven't heard by now, there is um, a thing. There's something going on with Skype where Skype is no longer going to be available for anybody. They're shutting it down in April. No, actually in May, I believe. Yeah, in May. It's at the beginning of May. And a lot of people that I know who are on Skype have actually gone in and joined our merry group of friends on the Discord channel. Yeah, and I wanted to say welcome to those guys on Discord. Um, we have we have Naroki as well as Steve from the Red Pill Nation. I want to thank you guys for joining our channel and tell you guys welcome. As well as Naroki, we also have Dave Kelso from PSEC. That's PSEC. He also joined up with us. We also have his channel as well. And also we have Mark um, from Dragus Production. So I want to welcome all you guys aboard and say thank you for joining up with us on our Discord channel. We do have a lot of stuff that we get involved in on there. If you guys want to check it out, other than the chats, we also have our stories as well as ghost stories. Those are two separate ones. And then if you guys want to post paranormal videos on YouTube, you're more than welcome to. We've also set one up specifically for paranormal videos that aren't on YouTube, which you guys can check out. There's paranormal pictures and article links if you guys want to do that. And then, of course, there's the audio recordings and the WOW videos that's also there as well. I just recently added AI art in Discord. If anybody wants to go in there and post cool AI art, you're more than welcome to do that. But everybody's welcome, and if you want to join the Discord, just feel free and let me know if you need the link or anything, but feel free to join if you want to. If you do need the link, let me know, and I'd be more than happy to get that sent out to you and get it set up for you. Hopefully, we can get Nancy Planetto from Vixen's Vault on our channel as well, because, like I said, this is actually the end of Skype, and a lot of people are going towards Telegram from Skype, so it would be nice if we could get some of them to come over to Discord or even on Elements, where me and Mark Edworthy and Tanhai Tran, as well as Mr. Robot, are on. So it'd be nice to maybe get them on one of those two So on Elements too, by the way, just so I can put it out there and let everybody know, we do have a wonderful World of Weirdness channel that we have available for anybody on Element. If they want to join that, they're more than welcome. They can also join my other room. It's called Live with Roger Hanson. You guys are more than welcome to show up on either of those if you want. It's if you need help with that, on getting a link to where you can join in, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to send that your way as well. So yeah, it's caused a bit of confusion on Skype since all of that's happened, and I just I know that that's something that has to be brought up so that we can get people to where they can go and be a part of networks that they had or have on Skype, be able to stay connected and stuff. So I wanted to put that out there and let everybody know. And as far as it goes with the wonderful World of Weirdness, it is going strong. There's nothing that's being disturbed by that. We've already had VoIP set up on Discord. We've had them set up on Elements for quite some time. We had it on Minds Chat for a while, but here recently they also discontinued Minds Chat as well, but that's fine. We just transferred over to Element, which was what Minds Chat was on originally, and everything's going there. So, but we've had that. Not only that, but we are also on X. So you guys can check us out on X too. We have me. It's Roger Hanson at ROGLOL1973. So I'm on there. I also have a locals thing if you guys want to check that out too. But yeah, we've got all of those social networks if you want to find us. As well as that, I'm also streaming on Rumble, Beamstream, X, D Live, Twitch, Kick, and YouTube as well. Now I was streaming also when it comes to, I still stream Minds Roundtable on Odyssey, but other than that, I was streaming this on Odyssey, but I stopped doing that, so if you guys want to check out some of the older stuff that we've had on Odyssey, you can check out the wonderful World of Weirdness. That's another thing that I need to bring up on the old videos that we had before. With the UFO sightings and the ghost sightings and everything. You can find those old videos on Odyssey. And let me also let you guys know that on Odyssey, if you want a copy of those, you can download them directly to your computer. So I suggest that if you want to see those episodes or even have them backed up on your computer, go on to Odyssey, the wonderful World of Weirdness, watch the videos, and even download them if you want them. So that's why we put them on there, so that we can share that content with everybody. It's freely available, so feel free to check that out, and I hope you guys enjoy that. Now, here in the near future, I am planning on transferring those over to Rumble. But I do want to let you guys know Rumble is somewhat a relatively new platform, okay? And you can get away with posting a lot of stuff on Rumble that you can't get away with on YouTube. But trust me, eventually that will end. So even though I'm transferring them on Rumble, there's no guarantee that they're going to stay there for a very long time. So, with that being said, in my opinion, the best route to go would be just go to Odyssey. Check out those videos on Odyssey. Download them. It's cool to go to Rumble and check it out too once they're up and everything. But understand there's a good chance that they're not always going to be available. Eventually, there's going to be restrictions put down on Rumble, in my opinion, and I'll have to end up deleting them again, or something of that nature. But with that being said, I guess I am done with the information about what's going on with the wonderful world of weirdness right now. So I will go ahead and get on with the topic, which is Germanic, Nordic, and the Indo-European lore. Okay, so here we go. Now, in Romanian traditions, the earth is seen as a feminine entity, often regarded as a mother or consort of God. This notion can be traced back to pre-Christian beliefs where the earth was venerated as a goddess and was believed to be the source of life, fertility, and sustenance. This purification of the earth as a female deity aligns with broader Indo-European and pre-Indo-European views of the earth as a nurturing mother figure. The concept of the earth as God's consort suggests a sacred union between the divine and the terrestrial. In Romanian folklore, the earth is often depicted as being deeply connected to the heavens and the cosmic forces. And this union is reflected in the cycles of life, death, and rebirth that are attributed to the earth. For example, during the spring, the earth is seen as being impregnated by the sun, often personified as a male force. And this fertilization leads to the rebirth of Earth in the form of plants, animals, and human beings. The connection between God and the earth as consort emphasizes the sacred and cyclical nature of existence. The idea of the earth being held up by pillars is a recurring theme in many ancient mythologies, including Romanian folklore, and represents the stability and structure of the cosmos. In some versions of these myths, the earth is imagined as being supported by great pillars, which act as a metaphor for the foundation of the world. This image reflects the belief in a cosmic order where the earth is not floating aimlessly in space, but it is supported by divine forces that keep it anchored. In Romanian mythology, these pillars are often associated with cosmic or divine beings, sometimes represented by mountains, trees, or ancient spirits that maintain the balance between heaven and earth. These beings, or forces, are seen as guardians or protectors of the world, ensuring that the earth remains in its proper place within the cosmos. In some interpretations, the earth is held up by 4 pillars, which correspond with the 4 cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west. These directions are often symbolized by elements of nature, such as fire, water, earth, and air, and are linked to various deities or cosmic forces. The pillars act as a metaphor for the forces that sustain life and balance of the universe. The notion that the earth was once too large for the firmament and that God shrunk it is a mythological idea that emphasizes the limits of creation and the human understanding of the world. In this narrative, the Earth's original size was so immense that it could not fit within the cosmic order or the firmament that covered the universe. The firmament, often imagined as a solid dome or vault that encased the Earth, represents the boundary between the divine and the earthly. According to the myth, God shrunk the Earth to its current size to make it fit within the confines of the firmament. This act is often interpreted as a divine intervention to establish harmony between the cosmic forces of the Earth. The Earth's size was altered to ensure that it would fit within the cosmic order, creating the world as we know it today. This myth suggests a time before the world was fully ordered, where the Earth existed in a state of chaos or excess, unable to find its place in the divine cosmos. The act of shrinking the Earth is often seen as an important moment in the creation story, where God shapes and refines the world, ensuring its proper function within the larger universe. It may also symbolize the imposition of divine order on the natural world, transforming it from a formless void into the structured, harmonious system. This concept of the Earth as being too large and needing to be shrunk also ties into broader Romanian cosmological views, where the Earth is not just a physical body but a cosmic entity that interacts with the heavens. The firmament and the pillars represent the cosmic framework that holds the world up, and the act of shrinking the Earth can be interpreted as part of a divine cosmic plan. The Earth's original size being too large for the firmament might symbolize a period of cosmic imbalance or chaos, and God's intervention to shrink it could represent the restoration of harmony between the terrestrial and celestial realms. In this sense, the Earth reduction in size is a symbolic act of bringing the world into alignment with the divine order, making it part of a larger cosmic system that functions according to divine laws. The idea that the Earth was too large for the firmament and needed to be shrunk by God may also be understood as a metaphor for the human condition. It reflects the belief that humanity's understanding of the world and the cosmos is limited to that divine force, is limited, and that divine forces shape the world to bring it into a state that humans can comprehend and live within. Transformation of the world. This myth suggests that the Earth, like the people who inhabit it, undergoes a process of transformation. Just as the Earth is made to fit into the divine plan, so too are humans shaped by divine forces to fit within the moral and spiritual structures of the universe. The shrinking of the Earth, therefore, could be seen as a symbolic act of refining and shaping the world to make a suitable life and spiritual growth. I will be right back. I have got something that is happening. I will put some music on for Okay, I am back. Alright, so let me start this up again. Okay, the shrinking of the earth therefore could be seen as a symbolic act of refining and shaping the world to make it suitable for life and spiritual growth. In Romanian folklore, the earth, as God's consort and its relationship with the pillars and the firmament represent a deep connection between the divine and the natural world. The myth of the earth being too large for the firmament and needing to be shrunk by God speaks to the cosmic balance that underlies the universe. It reflects the divine intervention that ensures the world remains in harmony with the greater forces of creation and order. The Earth's feminine, nurturing qualities, her role as a consort, and her cosmic transformation through divine will are key elements of this folklore, which blends pre-Christian beliefs with Christian cosmologies to explain the world's origins and its place in the universe. Easter of the Blagini is a fascinating and unique tradition in Romanian folklore, particularly observed by some communities in Transylvania, especially among the Romanians of the Apusini Mountains. The term Blagini refers to a mythical or legendary group of people, often considered souls of the deceased, who are good, pure, and saintly. The Blagini are thought to inhabit a kind of heavenly realm which is sometimes depicted as a land of peace and happiness where no evil can enter. In Romanian folklore, the Blagini are sometimes described as the souls of the dead who have led virtuous lives, or have particularly good in their earthly existence, or have been particularly good in their earthly existence. They are often thought of as being innocent or sinless beings associated with purity and goodness. Some versions of the story describe the Blagini as spiritual beings who are closely connected to nature and the divine, living in a place where they are free from the struggles of suffering in the mortal world. The Blagini are considered blessed and are thought to live in harmony with the forces of nature, perhaps even in an idyllic, untouched world. This holiday is celebrated in connection with Easter in certain parts of Romania, particularly in rural areas. It is often seen as a special day that is separate from the traditional Christian Easter celebrations, focusing on honoring the souls of the Blagini. The Easter of the Blagini is believed to be a time when the souls of the dead, particularly those of the Blagini, come down to the earth to visit their loved ones. It is a day when the boundary between the living and the dead is considered to be thin, allowing the deceased to return to the mortal realm for a short period. On the Easter of the Blagini, people often engage in rituals and customs meant to honor these pure souls. This may include offerings of food, such as bread, wine, and cheese, which are placed outside the home or in special places in the fields or forest. The food offerings are intended to nourish the spirits of the Blagini and provide them with comfort as they visit the living. It is believed that on this day the Blagini can bestow blessings upon the living. People might pray for health, prosperity, or even protection. The rituals and offerings made during the Easter of Blagini are often done in a spirit of reverence and gratitude for the guidance and care the spirits may offer. In some traditions, the Blagini are thought to be especially kind and benevolent, providing guidance to those who are struggling or in need of help. The customs associated with the Easter of the Blagini may include lighting candles for the souls of the dead, wearing white or light-colored clothing symbolizing the purity of the Blagini, gathering together with family and friends to celebrate and remember loved ones who had passed. Also performing dances or singing songs that are meant to honor the Blagini and their connection to the spiritual realm. Also visiting graves to pay respect for the dead, offering flowers or food, and sometimes holding commemorative feasts for the departed. The Blagini are deeply symbolic of purity, innocence, and goodness, representing an idealized vision of the afterlife where there is no suffering, no evil, and no hardship. The celebration of the Easter of the Blagini highlights the importance of the ancestral connection between living and the dead in Romanian culture. The Blagini serve as a reminder of the importance of living a good, virtuous life, as well as the enduring bond between generations, even after death. While the Easter of Blagini is a distinct tradition, it still reflects certain Christian themes, such as the resurrection and spiritual purification associated with Easter. In the Christian context, Easter represents the victory over death and the hope of eternal life. Similarly, the Blagini as saintly spirits represents the idea of the soul's journey to a peaceful and blessed afterlife. The merging of Christian ideas with older pre-Christian beliefs about the spirit of the dead reflects the syncretic nature of Romanian folklore, where old pagan beliefs often coexist and merge with Christian practices. The Easter of Blagini emphasizes the ongoing relationship between the living and the dead in Romanian culture. It is a celebration of life and death and the afterlife, underscoring the importance of family ties and the memory of ancestors. The holiday encourages a sense of respect and reverence for the departed and offers a reminder that the bond between the living and the dead is unbroken. The Blagini also serve as symbols of the goodness that could be found in both the living and the dead, reflecting a belief in the purity of the soul and the idea that through good deeds and virtuous living, one can achieve a state of eternal peace and harmony with the divine. This reinforces the cultural importance of morality, spirituality, and ancestral worship in Romanian society. The Easter of Blagini is a unique and profound tradition in Romanian folklore, rooted in a blend of Christian and pre-Christian beliefs. It reflects the Romanian people's deep connection to the spiritual world, their ancestors, and the concept of an afterlife that is not only about death, but about honoring the pure souls who continue to watch over the living. This celebration emphasizes family, virtue, and the enduring presence of the dead in the lives of the living, offering a rich and meaningful experience in Romanian cultural and spiritual identity. Romanian pre-Christian beliefs much like those of other ancient European cultures, were rooted in animism, nature worship, and a strong connection to the spiritual realm. These beliefs evolved over centuries, incorporating elements of Dacian, Thracian, and Slavic traditions, as well as from other influences brought by migrating peoples, including the Romans. The result was a rich tapestry of spiritual practices, deities, and customs that laid the foundation for the folklore and mythology of Romania today. In pre-Christian Romanian beliefs, the world was viewed as a living sacred place. Everything was nature. Now, everything in nature was imbued with spiritual essence and divine energy. Forests, rivers, mountains, and animals were considered to be sacred, often personified by spirits or deities. The natural world was not merely a physical environment, but a realm where divine forces were constantly interacting with human life. Trees were especially revered, with many ancient traditions placing special significance on certain types of trees, like the oak, ash, and fir, which were believed to be homes of spirits. The Yggdrasil-like tree in Romanian folklore also suggests the reverence of trees as sacred, with certain trees seen as holding divine power or as mediators between worlds. Rivers were also seen as gates to the afterlife and were often sites of ritual sacrifices. The Danube was particularly important, symbolizing the boundary between life and death, and was central in many Romanian myths and rituals. The afterlife was an important connection in pre-Christian Romanian beliefs. Souls of the dead were thought to continue their existence in a spiritual realm, but the specifics of the afterlife varied depending on regional customs. The Blagini, as mentioned earlier, were believed to be the souls of the good, pure, or saintly dead, living in a peaceful, harmonious realm, somewhat similar to the Elysian Fields concept. These souls were thought to possess divine qualities and could sometimes interact with the living, offering blessings or guidance. Now, first, I want to bring up Zane, which is fairies, and Zanes were considered spirits of nature, and some traditions held that they were souls of the deceased, particularly young women who had died prematurely. These spirits could both protect and curse the living. After that, I also want to mention the Mosi. And the Mosis is basically ancestors. Now, the Mosis were honored through rituals and offerings reflecting the deep reverence for the deceased and the belief that the dead could influence the living world. Now, Romania's pre-Christian spiritual system was polytheistic, and many gods and goddesses were worshipped. Now, these deities were often tied to natural forces and had dominion over various aspects of life. With that, I'm wanting to talk about the Zalmoxis, or Dacian Zalmoxis, to be more precise. That is one of the most well-known deities of the pre-Christian Dacians, a tribe that lived in what is now Romania and Moldova. Now, Zalmoxis was associated with immortality, the afterlife, and divine healing. Now, his cult was practiced among the Dacians, and it is believed that his following viewed him as a god who could bring eternal life. Now, Bendis, Bendis was a goddess worshipped by the Dacians as well, associated with the moon, hunting, and fertility. She was often depicted as a protector of the forest and animals. Now, the sun and the moon were often personified as deities. The sun was typically seen as a masculine figure, while the moon was a feminine goddess, symbolizing cycles, time, and the rhythm of nature. Now, pre-Christian Romanian traditions were rich with spirits and supernatural beings, and much of their folklore is centered around these figures. One would be the Strigoi. Now, these were restless spirits or undead who could rise from the grave. The Strigoi were often associated with malevolent forces, but in some regions they were seen as the souls of the dead who had unfinished business. They were considered a danger to the living and were often believed to cause harm, illness, or even death. After that, you have the Aiel. Now, these were mysterious female spirits, often depicted as beautiful but dangerous. They were said to dance in the moonlight and were believed to possess magical powers. They were also associated with death in the afterlife, and encountering them could lead to madness or even death. Then you had the Morai. Now, the Morai were spirits of deceased ancestors, often regarded as protective or benevolent. Offerings were made to them, and people would invoke their blessings for protection, good harvest, and family well-being. Now, after that, you had the Meisters, or Maestri, or the Maestri. That one's the tough one. It's Maestre. Now, these were powerful ancient spirits believed to be the spirits of women who had died in childbirth. They were believed to protect women in labor and children, and were honored with rituals and prayers. Pre-Christian Romanian beliefs involved a variety of rituals designed to connect with the divine, honor the spirits, and maintain harmony with the natural world. Now, sacrifices were common in many rituals, often to appease gods, spirits, or ancestors. Animal sacrifices, particularly to the god of the sun, were performed to ensure the fertility of the land, good health, and protection from evil forces. Given the agricultural nature of early Romanian society, many rituals were focused on ensuring fertility of the land, animals, and humans. This included invoking the spirits of nature, such as the Zane, for protection and growth. Rites of passage such as birth, marriage, and death were often accompanied by ceremonies to ensure the soul's safe journey into the afterlife or to mark important transitions. With the Roman Empire's conquest of Dacia in the 1st century AD, the religious landscape of Romania was influenced by Roman pantheon and rituals. The incorporation of Roman gods such as Jupiter, Mars, and Venus blended with the indigenous beliefs. Later, Slavic influence introduced new deities and spirits into Romanian folklore, such as Perun, the thunder god, and Veles, the god of the underworld. Slavic traditions of ancestor worship and spirits of nature also became integral parts of Romanian folklore. Pre-Christian Romanian beliefs were a complex blend of animism, polytheism, ancestor worship, and nature reverence. The Romanian people had a deep connection to the land, the forces of nature, and the spirits of the deceased. While these beliefs were largely absorbed into Christianity, many elements of them still persist in Romanian folklore, shaping customs, festivals, and spiritual practices even today. In Romanian folklore, the term "this other earth" often referred to as a siesta alta lumii or lumia de Duncolo, is a reference to the spiritual realm or afterlife, which exists parallel to the physical world. This concept ties into broader European and Near Eastern mythologies, where the afterlife is not simply a distant, unreachable place, but one that coexists with the living world, often invisible or hidden from view. In many Romanian myths, this other earth refers to the world of the dead, where the spirits of ancestors, loved ones, and other departed souls reside. It is not seen as a distinct or separate plane, but rather as a parallel existence that can sometimes interact with the living world. The Blagini, the souls of the good and pure, are said to inhabit this realm, which is often described as peaceful, fertile, and beautiful. This world is a place where souls live in harmony, free from suffering and hardship. This other earth is often understood in the context of dualism, the belief that the material world, the earth we live in, or the spiritual realm, and the spiritual realm, the other earth, coexist, but are separated by a veil that only certain individuals or beings, like shamans, saints, or spirits, can cross. The living, especially through ritual practices, may connect with this other realm during certain ceremonies like soul customs, funeral rites, and holiday observations, such as All Souls Day, where offerings are made to the deceased to ensure their well-being in the afterlife. In some stories, the journey to this other earth is a threshold crossing. It may involve crossing a river, entering a forest, or passing through a gateway between worlds. These liminal spaces represent transitions between the world of the living and the spiritual realm. This other world is not just about death, but also about transformation and the journey of the soul. It's believed that after death, the soul undergoes trials or journeys to find peace, often through symbolic and mythological landscapes. Sometimes this other earth is seen as a reflection or counterpart to the living world. In Romanian folklore, there are stories of underground realms or hidden worlds which can be ascended by special beings or during certain times, such as on certain festivals or rituals. This is similar to the idea of parallel universes in other traditions. The idea that the living world and the world of the dead are connected through invisible or hidden pathways is common across many Romanian folk beliefs. The physical world might be seen as the visible layer, while the other world is the invisible counterpart. The notion of this other earth is often linked with the cosmology of the Roman people, where the earth is held up by pillars or supports, and the world is not fixed, but rather a dynamic interplay between physical and spiritual forces. This aligns with the belief that life and death are intertwined and that the dead influence the living world. In some Romanian traditions, the souls of the deceased are thought to visit the living world, especially during holidays like Christmas, Easter, or the Day of the Dead, which is All Souls Day, when the veil between the world is believed too thin, allowing for communication and visitation. In some traditions, this other world is associated with the idea of rebirth, where the soul's journey after death leads to a kind of spiritual renewal or transformation. It could be a place where souls are cleansed, purified, or reborn in a new form. This other earth represents the balance of the cosmic order, where life and death, light and dark, and the living and the dead are part of an ongoing cycle. In some stories, this realm is where the forces of nature and the spirits of ancestors coexist in a harmonious state. In the broader Romanian cosmology, the world is not just a physical place, but also a spiritual one, where the boundaries between the material and the immaterial worlds are fluid. This other world plays a significant role in connecting these realms and maintaining balance. It serves as a reminder of the eternal cycles of life, death, and rebirth that is central to many Romanian folk beliefs. The concept of this other world in Romanian folklore is a multifaceted one, representing the afterlife, the world of the dead, and the invisible spiritual realm that coexists with the physical world. It underscores the belief in a dual, interconnected reality where life and death, the living and the dead, and the spiritual and material worlds are deeply intertwined. This belief system is reflected in the animistic and nature-based spiritual practices of the pre-Christian Romanians, and it continues to shape the rich tapestry of Romanian mythology and folk traditions today. Apa Sembetai, literally the water of Saturday, is a fascinating and mystical concept in Romanian folklore, particularly tied to rural beliefs and traditions. It is a supernatural water often thought to be imbued with special properties and is connected to the cycles of the earth and the spiritual realm. The term Sembetai or Sembetai refers to Saturday, a day traditionally associated with rest, ritual purification, and interaction with the divine in many cultures, and this association carries significant weight in Romanian mythology. Water in Romanian folklore, as in many other traditions, is seen as a powerful and sacred element, often believed to possess healing, purifying, and protective properties. In this case, Apa Sembetai is particularly sacred, with its powers linked to the passage between the material world and the spiritual realm. It is thought to be a mystical substance that is associated with the divine and is considered to be cleansing qualities, or it is considered to have cleansing qualities that can purify the soul and body. This water is also linked to rituals of healing, blessing, and protection. The name Simbetai refers to Saturday, a day of rest in many traditions, including Christianity. In Romanian folklore, Saturday has its own mystical and spiritual significance. It is considered a day when the barriers between the physical and spiritual realms are thinner and the spirit can cross more easily. This day is associated with purification rituals, and in the context of Appa Simbetai, it is believed that the water's mystical properties are most potent when gathered on this day. In some stories, it is said that the spirits of divine beings bless the water, making it particularly powerful for spiritual and physical healing. One of the most common uses of Appa Simbetai in Romanian folklore is for healing and purification. It is believed that if someone is sick or suffering from an ailment, they can bathe in this sacred water to restore their health or to be cleansed of bad spirits or negative influences. It is also used in rituals to bless the home, purify spaces, or protect individuals from harmful energies or spirits. The water is often thought to possess the ability to ward off evil and ensure safety from curses, illnesses, and bad luck. Apasimbetai is also thought to be closely linked to the spiritual realm and is often used in rituals to connect the ancestors, spirits, or otherworldly beings. It is believed that the water is blessed by spirits or divine forces and thus carries a form of spiritual protection. Some folklore suggests that the water is capable of interacting with the souls of the deceased or can be used in rituals of remembrance to honor and communicate with ancestors. In certain Romanian villages, there are specific rituals for gathering and using Appa Simbetai. It is said that the water should be collected from a spring or river on Saturday morning when the sun is still low in the sky. The water should be gathered before the rest of the day's activities begins, as this time is considered the most spiritually potent. Once collected, the water is often used for rituals, prayers, or blessings. It is also sometimes mixed with other sacred substances like herbs or incenses for even greater effect. In some variations of Romanian folklore, Appa Sembetai is said to be linked to spirits of the water or earth, such as river deities, water nymphs, or the spirits of the dead. These spirits are believed to bless the water, giving it its mystical properties. The belief in sacred water in Romanian folklore is also connected to the broader idea of liminal spaces, places and times where the ordinary world and the supernatural intersect. Saturday is a day traditionally associated with rest and ritual, and serves as a perfect time for this spiritual connection to manifest through Appa Simbetai. In some interpretations, Appa Simbetai is thought to have a role in the afterlife. It is believed that the souls of the deceased may interact with the water, using it as a means of transition or purification in the afterlife. Some stories suggest that the souls of the dead visit the living in the form of water, and the Appa Simbeti may be used to honor the or communicate with them. The idea of sacred water plays a central role in Romanian spirituality and ritual practices, especially in rural communities. Water as a purifier and healer holds a special place in the cosmology of the Romanian people, representing both the life and death, the material and spiritual worlds. The connection of Saturday and the concept of spiritual protection further enrich the role of Appa Simbeti in Romanian culture. It reflects the belief that certain times and actions, like gathering water on a particular day, can unlock deeper divine powers and lead to purification, healing, and connection with the spiritual world. Appa Simbeti is a rich and complex environment or element in Romanian folklore, tied to healing, purification, and the sacred. It's associated with Saturday, the day of spiritual significance, implies its mystical properties, making it a powerful tool in spiritual and physical well-being. It embodies the intersection of the material and spiritual realms, highlighting the deep-rooted belief in the power of nature, divine forces, and ancestral spirits in Romanian culture. The Blagini, or the Blessed Ones, in Romanian folklore are a group of spiritual beings associated with the other world and the underworld, particularly linked to the idea of the hollow earth or inner earth in certain mythologies. They are often depicted as invisible, ethereal entities who act as mediators between the realms of the living and the spiritual or underground worlds. In Romanian folklore, the Blagini are not only invisible, but also serve as intermediaries between the material world, the world of the living, and the otherworldly realms, which include both the spiritual plane and the hollow earth. The concept of hollow earth is a recurring theme in various mythologies, where the earth has hidden or sacred realms beneath its surface, sometimes inhabited by ancient beings, spirits, or gods. The Blagini are often described as invisible spirits, which means they are beyond human perception, but still deeply involved in the workings of the world. Their invisibility symbolizes their ethereal nature, and they are believed to be able to travel freely between different worlds, facilitating communication between the living and the spiritual entities or realms beneath the earth. They are sometimes said to appear in dreams or visions, offering guidance, protection, or warning to those who are receptive to their messages. This makes them important spiritual messengers who connect the physical world and the realms that are hidden from human sight. The Blagini are often thought to have an intimate relationship with both the inner earth and the hollow earth. These realms are seen as mystical and sacred spaces inhabited by spirits, deities, or ancient beings. The Blagini act as invisible connectors, allowing the flow of energies, knowledge, and spiritual guidance between the physical world and these hidden realms. The inner earth refers to the deeper spiritual realms beneath the earth's surface, which are often described as places of healing, transformation, and spiritual growth. Hollow Earth, on the other hand, represents the more mythic subterranean worlds, sometimes thought to house ancient civilizations, gods, or mystical entities. The Blagini, by acting as intermediaries, ensure the spiritual balance between these worlds, facilitating the flow of wisdom and maintaining harmony between the realms. The Blagini are considered spiritual guides who can lead individuals to these realms, helping them undergo spiritual journeys or transformations. Through rituals of prayer, individuals may call upon the Blagini to receive divine knowledge or to be healed of physical or emotional ailments. Because they are associated with healing and protection, the Blagini are also seen as powerful figures who can shield individuals from harm, both in the material world and in the spiritual realms. They help guide the souls of the deceased to their final resting place, which could be in the underworld or the inner earth, depending on the specific beliefs. The Blagini are mediators between the physical world and the spiritual world, which is where their connection to the hollow earth comes into play. According to Romanian folklore, these beings are capable of navigating the boundaries between the worlds, ensuring that communication between humans and the otherworldly spirits can take place. They can help souls find their way to the afterlife, often assisting the soul of the dead in traveling to the hollow earth, a realm sometimes viewed as a place of rest, rebirth, or renewal. In this way, the Blagini facilitates the flow of spiritual energy and guides individuals or souls to their destined place within the earthly realm. Now, I will be right back. I have got something that I got to take care of. Alright, I'm back. Okay. Now, let me go ahead and start. In particularly, they are honored during celebration that focuses. Wait, hold up, no. The Blagini play an important role in Romanian religion and spiritual practices, especially during festivals and rituals connected to death, the afterlife, and astral worship. In particular, they are honored during celebrations that focus on the souls of the dead, where offerings are made to them in hopes of receiving their blessings and guidance. During Easter or All Souls Day, for example, the Blagini are often called upon to assist in spiritual ceremonies, guiding souls to the afterlife or offering protections and blessings to the living. These rituals are often symbolized. These rituals often symbolize the ongoing relationship between the physical world and the hidden spiritual realms of the earth. The Blagini are believed to hold ancient wisdom that is passed down through generations, representing a deep connection to the Earth's mysteries and the divine forces that govern the universe. As connectors between the worlds, they hold the keys to understanding the sacred secrets of the inner Earth and hollow Earth, as well as the cycles of life and death. The Blue Genie are often associated with the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, symbolizing the continuity, the continuity of existence. They guide the souls of the deceased, helping them transition from the physical world to the spiritual realm, where they may either be reincarnated or find rest in the inner earth. This cycle is essential in Romanian folklore as it emphasizes the interconnectedness of all beings in the spiritual journey that each individual must undergo, with the Blue Genie acting as guides on this path. In Romanian folklore, the Blue Genie are more than just spiritual beings. They are invisible connectors between the material world and the hollow earth, facilitating the flow of spiritual energy, wisdom, and protection. They mediate between the physical and spiritual realms, guiding souls and ensuring that the balance between these worlds are maintained. As spiritual messengers, they help navigate the realms of the living and the dead, ensuring that the mysteries of the earth are preserved and that the souls of the deceased find their rightful place in the afterlife. Their connection to the hollow earth underscores their role as guardians of sacred knowledge, making them an essential part in Romanian spiritual and folkloric traditions. Whew. So, I finally got it done. I was really surprised that I was able to do this in an hour and a half, and that is even with doing my audio checks and stuff like that. So I'm really surprised that I was able to do it. Just plain simple. Like I said, I wanted to get through this and get it over with so that I can move on to more topics on WWOW Talk. Like I said, ancient mysteries and strange stories will be coming to an end this week for the year, for this season. We will be coming back with more shows. I'm going to start getting more into conspiracy with my show that I used to do. It's called Conspiracy. Not very original, I know, but that's what I named it. I'm going to continue where I left off before. Now, other than that, I'm coming out with another stream series that I'm going to call A Cosmic Weave. That's going to come out as well, and I will continue to do my live streams of WWOW Talk with all the current events that are taking place on the wonderful world of weirdness, as well as topics that people suggest. So I want everybody to understand this is a community-based channel, okay? So if you have stories that you want to tell and you don't want to tell it yourself, just send it to me. I'll read it for you. You can tell us your name or you can just keep it anonymous. If you want to tell it yourself, I will accept any kind of audio that you have, or you can come live on the stream and say it yourself. It's up to you. We can work with you on that. Also, when it comes to the channel, if you're interested in doing your own show, hit me up, contact me, and we can set you up to where you can do your own weekly show if you want. You just want to do one show, you can come in and do one show. It's all about being a part of the community and, just being a part of the community. If you're interested in doing something like that, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. If you don't know how to stream, you have no idea how to do it, don't worry about that. I'll be your cameraman. I do that for Austin and Summer too, so there's no problem there. All you have to do is let me know if you want to do it, and we can do it. It's all up to you guys. Like that's the one thing that I've been really wanting to do, is to be able to set up a community-based channel to where everybody who's a part of that community can contribute in any way that they feel fit. If you don't want to contribute, you don't have to either. You can just be a part of it by hooking up with us on Discord or Element. You can keep contact with us on X, like I said, but hook up with us on Element or X and be a part of our community. We'd love to have you. So with that being said, I am going to go ahead and end this stream, but before I do, let me see if anybody has made any comments. Whew. Nothing. I have done it again. I survived without having to talk to anybody. Man, I am on top of the world. So thank you guys for listening. I appreciate your time. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, share, make comments. Make comments, please. I really love comments in the comment section. I'm one of the few people who will actually respond to you. Unless you're trolling and being negative, if you're just a troll, you're gone, I'll just let you know that much. But if you want to have a serious conversation with me in the comment sections, man, or have any input, whatever, make a comment and we'll have a conversation. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy your day, your night, whatever it is, and I'll see you later.